Joseph Tartaglia for Philadelphia Mayor, and I wanted to make this video dissecting a Fox News segment that's about 4 weeks old, but since it's Christmas themed and I find it particularly interesting, I feel like it's relevant. Here we go.
We're witnessing the Dylanization of corporate America. Companies are committing financial suicide one after the other. We all remembered what happened to Bud Light. And Disney got all weird, started sticking their nose in politics, and then their movies started flopping. Then there's Target. They were selling a line of clothes for trans toddlers. Tuckums. Yes, Tuckums. Their stock tanked, down $9 billion over the summer, but they didn't learn anything.
As you can see, there's a lot to unpack here, even in the first 17 seconds, so let's just get right into it. So if you're not familiar with right-winged propaganda, well, particularly Fox News propaganda, you might be a little confused on what the Dylanization of corporate America means. So basically, there's this public figure named Dylan Mulvaney who happens to be a trans woman. Now, there's some controversy about the authenticity of Dylan's transition within the right-wing community, but I'll get on that in a different video. So Dylan makes a video of her drinking Bud Light to promote the company, and a bunch of people on the right decide to boycott. As for Disney sticking its nose into politics, all that happens was Disney's PR team openly criticizes Ron DeSantis' bill that's unofficially known as the Don't Say Gay bill. Ron DeSantis didn't like that and decided to use his political power to change policies that directly affect Disney just for speaking out. It wasn't like Disney tried to challenge the bill and not get it passed. All they did was openly say that they didn't agree with it after it was passed. But none of that matters when you realize that the box office flops and Disney talking about politics has absolutely no correlation. Now here's where things get a little disturbing, to say the least. Our friend Jesse here claims that there is a clothing line for trans toddlers that includes tuck-friendly underwear, going by the brand Tuckums.
Tuckums. Yes, Tuckums.
By doing a quick Google search, you will discover that there is no such company called Tuckums. You might find a product called Tuck It Up, but nothing that suggests that it's for toddlers. In fact, there seems to be no indication that tuck-friendly underwear designed for toddlers is a product that actually exists. Even when checking Target's site, you will find tuck-friendly underwear, but it's all in adult sizes. As you can plainly see, here's the description of the sizes available, and compare it to the standard US apparel size chart, you'll notice that the measurements on the site match exactly with the measurements of adult women clothing. Why doesn't the measurements on the site look more like this? Could it be that the product isn't for toddlers? Now, with all sarcasm aside, we can tell that with the amount of evidence proving that this thing does not exist, that this can't be a case of misinformation and that he simply just made all of this up. Now, with propaganda these days, it's really easy to allow something like this to go under the radar. And blatantly lying is something that we should all expect propaganda to have these days. However, it is very hard for me to look past the depravity of the scenario that he has presented. You see, deep within the dark, degenerate mind of Jesse Waters emerges a concept of a clothing line designed for toddlers and was only created for the sole purpose of brainwashing and indoctrinating children into becoming transgender. And the way they go about doing that is creating tuck-friendly underwear designed specifically for toddlers, causing them to be so confused and mindless, easily allowing a transgender person to groom them into doing whatever sick, twisted fantasy that Jesse Waters has cooking up in his depraved mind. Not only did he come up with a sick, twisted scenario, but he presented this to a group of people and they approved, and he then decided to broadcast this on live television. Do you not see the depths in which they will sink in order to misinform the public?
Target hired this person, Gay Cruella, to run their merchandising strategy. Gay Cruella says,
I'm not going to dive too far into this one because it's kind of long and redundant. Basically, there's this person named Eric Thompson who also goes by Gay Cruella on Instagram that is now the marketing supervisor for Target, and for some reason has a problem because he's gay.
we sent one of our producers to Target and they found this. Gay Nutcracker, complete with a rainbow hat, a trans flag, full price, $12, but right now it's on sale for $8.
That's right, folks. Things are changing dramatically. You know that colorful fella that's designed to crack nuts open with his mouth? Well, there's a gay version of him now.
Target also sells Santa ornaments, but Target Santa is in a wheelchair and is black.
This is my favorite part because this just shows the irony of it all. The next segment's going to tell us all about how people don't want this product and that it doesn't appeal to anybody and that no one's going to buy it. But what's funny is that I didn't even know about this product that they're talking about until I saw this segment. And look what I went out and bought. The irony. Also, I'm skipping the section where they talk about stealing from Target because it's just too long and redundant.
So, Riley, are you going to have Gay Nutcracker around the Christmas tree this Christmas?
What's my other option?
We all saw the picture of the Gay Nutcracker. Right next to it was the standard original Nutcracker. So maybe that's your other option.
Well, you
Black
have
disabled Santa?
Yes, you have Black Santa in the wheelchair. And we don't have anything against Black Santa or disabled Santa. I think if Santa has a disability, then that's fine.
If you're okay with Santa being black and you're okay with Santa being in a wheelchair, then why are you discussing this as an issue on public television?
But why do you think Target is selling this type of merch?
You know what I thought about today? Back in 2005, Target banned the word Christmas, the phrase Merry Christmas. Employees weren't allowed to say it.
Before we continue, I think it's important to know that Target never actually banned their employees from saying Merry Christmas. They just stopped putting it in their advertisements that year. But when they got backlash, they immediately got rid of that policy.
No merchandise was allowed to have the word Christmas on it because it implied that, the idea of Christ exists. Now, I believe that's still in effect, yet they're allowed to have Black disabled Santa and a gay Nutcracker. It doesn't make sense. You have to ask yourself, why do they keep pushing this? Who are they trying to appeal to?
I mean, even if you disagree with the product, this is a very stupid question to ask. Obviously, the Santa being black is trying to appeal to black people, and the Santa being in a wheelchair is trying to appeal to people that are with wheelchairs.
Because despite what the media portrays or how politicians are voting, this doesn't represent the overwhelming majority of how this country, really how the world, feels on this issue.
Are you shot out? Did you just say this is not how people feel on this issue? This doesn't represent how people feel on this issue? What issue? There was no issue presented. There was no opinion proposed. You're making things up.
I think majority of people, parents especially, they can acknowledge that gay Nutcracker and Black disabled Santa has gone way too far. The pendulum has swung.
Okay, well, she's not playing with a full deck, so on that note, I think we're done with this video. But before I go, I just want to bring up the fact that these are the same people that talk about capitalism and, we should be able to have business and pursue whatever business we want, sell whatever we want, but somehow there's an issue and this has gone too far, the thing that you're selling, and that potentially the government should somehow get involved on what you're selling in your store. But at the same time, let me do my free marketing. Anyway, that's enough propaganda for tonight. Maybe I'll do some left-wing propaganda. See you next time.